Alright, welcome back, freaks. We are actually back with the milk this time. I figured I should treat you guys with another story time due to how great part 2 for the Melvin Saga performed. I mean, come on, 720 views? That is not wild, that is cantankerous. So thank you. However, if this vid does get over 2,000 views, and I know this sounds crazy, but if it does happen, a special video will be made just for you freaks. But before I start this really strange and uncomfortable story, here's some news actually. I just finished my legendary run of Halo 2 for the first time, and to sum up my experience, yeah, shout out to these douchebags for me want to pop myself in the head with the Halo Magnum every single time. I shoot a sniper jackal 4 times with the battle rifle just to get insta-scoped by that damn beam rifle. But it's not even these freaks that piss me off the most. It's the damn insects that fly down in packs of 40 that molest you mid-air. I was stuck on Delta Halo for 4 hours just because these little Bill Cosbys with wings. Even talking about it makes me upset. Got a little off track there, but today we are talking about the time this really weird and freaky girl in my 6th grade class had a crush on me and eventually did something really nasty, so sell up, Seabiscuit. So we all know how awkward and strange middle school is. You're finally starting to mature physically and socially, not as much mentally though, you're still pretty stupid. But one thing does change. Boys suddenly see girls to be a lot more interesting than Legos, and vice versa. Not me though, Apex came out when I was in 6th grade, so no female contact for me, but unfortunately, that was not the case. So, first couple days of middle school, you know, everyone's voice is cracking, you're figuring out class periods, groups form, fights break out over who held hands with who, gym teachers paying a little too much attention to the girls, you know, middle school stuff. And for first period, I had language arts, which if you haven't been to school before, I don't know why, it's mostly just literature and books. A couple days in, we get our assigned seats, and to explain our seating, we were sat in groups of 5 all around the classroom. While the teacher was in the far back corner, and since we were the closest to the door, that meant she could not really see us, so our group got to talk a lot. The people I got sat with were pretty cool. There were 3 girls and 2 guys, including me. I got sat in the corner area of the desks, and the guy that got sat next to me, his name was Connor, he was pretty chill. The girl across from me, let's call her Heather, because I hate that name. I had some beef with her, but which may be another different story time for later. The next girl in our group, let's call her Leah. I had a slight crush on her, and she got put at the end of the desks. And finally, the last girl, if she even is that, let's call her Gertrude. And if I were to describe the way Gertrude looked to the police, imagine the femur, yes the bone, with a bowl cut, glasses, and a nose. Gertrude got sat next to Leah, and right off the bat, all of us could tell there was something off about Gertrude. While the teacher was talking about the book we were reading, Gertrude would just draw, and while drawing, no joke, I kid you not, she would make goblin-like noises. Like, for example, let me give you one. Believe me, I know how fake this sounds, but it's true. And we would all just kind of laugh, but we would not make fun of her because it would just get too mean, and plus she snitched on us before. Even about making jokes that weren't even about her, so we would just try to ignore her. The next couple of days in, I kind of solidified myself as the class clown, because academic-wise, I had nothing going for me. At least until my glow up in 10th grade. And ladies and gentlemen, don't try to be the class clown, because most of the time, you're just sacrificing your future for laughs, so just don't. But being class clown was kind of the only thing going for me, because honestly, I looked like the Michelin Tire Man for most of my school career, and it was the only way I could kind of talk to girls. Anyways, I noticed one day in class that she would be making her goblin noise again, but something was off. You know, like the sixth sense where you feel like you're being watched by some sort of predator? I felt it. When I look up, she was staring at me, but she was doing that thing where you would look at her, then she would quickly look away, and I mean, come on. There was so many more attractive people in the class, and out of all the dudes she could eye molest, she chose me, the Michelin Tire Man. I look back again, and Helen DeGeneres is still eye-fingering me. I am just in pure dread at this point, so I just try to ignore her. But oh no, Gertrude did not take this as rejection. She took it as a challenge. And believe me, I was chopped in 6th grade, but I wouldn't even consider taking out this bowl of soggy Cheerios looking freak. So I tried harder to ignore her. But she would just try to find ways to bump into me or force interaction. Even her goblin noises were getting worse. But finally, after enduring weeks of this, the quarter ends, and that means a change of seats. And finally, after all the goblin noises, all the freaky eye contact, after feeling like a potential story on Fox News, I get my new seat. And I got to sit near a different girl I had a crush on, so I try to talk to her, and honestly, I'm talking pretty smooth to her. But of course, the teacher notices and says, "You can flirt with her after class," in front of the whole damn class, which was such a douche move. But that was besides the point. After we stopped talking, I felt the predator sense again, and I realized while me and the girl were talking, Gertrude gets sat right next to me. So not only did I have to endure all of her torture, now I have to endure her up close, smelling her stank breath, and listen to her goblin noises with basically surround sound audio. And listen, like I said in the Melvin saga, it's okay to have a crush. But being strange and weird to the point where you freak out your crush and make your crush so repulsed by you to the point where he does not want to be anywhere near you, just drop the ball, LeBron, you're not making the shot. But again, her goblin noises start. And I think they were just her humming to herself, which, okay, that's not bad. But everyone in the class started to notice how strange she was. And when I was about to ask her if she could be quiet, I turned my head and she is already staring at me. And it wasn't even a nice smile. She was like flaring her nose while smiling. It was so creepy. But finally the bell rings and I get to go to my next class and the day ends. But next class, it was actually pretty normal for 2 minutes. Gertrude started her usual garbage again, and I just ignore. And I talk to the other girl next to me, and while I'm talking, I hear it. A nasty fart. I turn and say, "Gertrude, did you fart?" And the whole class is silent. And when I look at her, she is smiling and staring at me. And then the stench. Dying light drop kicks me in the nose, and it stinks. The whole class is laughing at this point while I'm drowning in the stench from bowl cut Voldemort sitting next to me smiling. And when I say the stench was bad, it was bad. Like, barely able to breathe bad. And of course, the teacher tries defending her, saying something along the lines of, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is not funny." After a couple minutes, the stench clears, but the whole class is still raving about it. And obviously becomes a talk of the town, and Gertrude kind of gets made fun of for a while. And that's actually kind of the end of the story. I didn't really see Gertrude until like one more time in 7th grade because she was in my class, and all I remember is that she had like a really gross piece of skin looking thing in her water bottle, but that's it. So I guess the moral of the story is don't fart in class, especially next to your crush. If you made it to the end, I just want to say a couple things and give some news. First, thanks for watching. I love how much my views and comments been going up, and being able to talk to you people is really cool. Next thing, I just met up with a friend and that I was friends with since kindergarten, and I was talking to him about the Melvin Saga videos and everything, and he told me something awful that Melvin did that the person that experienced all of his harassment, didn't even know. So there actually might be a part 3 for Melvin. Thirdly, I've been doing a legendary run through all of Halo, and I am currently on ODST. So because I'm curious, comment your favorite Halo. My personal favorite is Combat Evolved, but tell me yours, please, because I'm desperate for audience interaction. Lastly, I just want to say thank you for people especially saying my videos are similar to Scrubs or Luna's, because Scrubs is literally one of my favorite YouTubers to listen to while playing games. But also, I want to revive like this kind of content because I feel like it's like a lost art nowadays. Anyways, though, that will conclude the story about Gertrude. Thanks for tuning in to my very, very sexy voice. Non-stuttering, too. Have a good one. Bye. Oh, wait, and rest in peace, Dizzy. If you know, you know. Bye. Nice. Now back to what I was doing. Hey.